And welcome in everybody to the Grant Center here in Danville, Virginia for tonight's ODAC matchup on this Wednesday evening as we're set to have Averett take on Guilford. As we wind down here in the men's basketball season, the Cougars come in at 14-9, 7-7 in the ODAC. Guilford 12-11 and 6-8 in the ODAC. This is the number 7 seed and the number 8 seed right now in the playoffs. Both teams have clinched. For Averett, they're looking to climb up the ladder here as they can get high as 5. They need a little bit of help, but that's their peak. And we are back here in the Grant Center. Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us, we apologize for those technical difficulties. My name is Thomas Heaney III. Get into a little bit of our pregame lead that we had as the audio wasn't working. Cougars and Quakers here tonight. And Averett in possession of the ball. Averett comes in at 14-9, and Guilford at 12-11. These are the number 7 and number 8 seeds, respectively, in the conference. Averett at number 7 and Guilford at 8. The Cougars have clinched a playoff berth. Guilford will clinch a playoff berth with a win here tonight if they do that. And here comes Tomias Bracey's three. Open it up with a bang there as Tomias Bracey, who's been on a heater the last couple of games with over 50 points in his last 2, starts out with a 3 right here. Into action we go here with Gabe Proctor. Mid-range shot is good. Two very different teams here tonight. Obviously, I'll kind of reiterate what we were talking about in the pregame if you guys couldn't hear us, but this is one of the best offenses in the entire country, as here's another three-point shot up and down. Tomias Bracey entering the game with a bang. 2 straight three-pointers. Here's a mid-range shot, and it's good. 6-4. Here's another three-point shot here, up and off. And the rebound goes to the Quakers. That's Proctor. Moving it in here is Edwards into the corner. Here's a three-point shot, up and off the back iron, no good. But as I was saying, two very different teams here tonight. Guilford averaging 94 points per game. That's 5th in the nation. Averett only averaging 69 points per game on defense. These two teams met up a few weeks ago, as now this ball is running out of bounds and a foul called. But the keys to the game, as I said in the pregame, for Averett, control the pace. Averett wants this game in the 60-point range, not the 80s, and try to control those possessions. And as for Guilford, they're going to want to speed up this game and trust their stars, Salters and Proctor, to turn this into a track meet, score fast. Averett wants control, Guilford wants chaos. And as I mentioned, these two teams faced off on January 21st. And for Guilford, a team that's one of the worst defenses in the country as well, as how good as their offense has been, as now there's a turnover, taken away running the fast break inside the lane, and it's blocked. Averett takes back the ball, running it past half court, inside. Trying to find Stevens. Stevens pumps. Layup off. Defensive rebound secured by the Quakers. 2-on-1. Running it inside. Here's Edwards, and he's fouled. Start to see some of that chaos that we talk about with this Quakers team. A team averaging 94 points per game. But they have struggled mightily on defense this season. They just cannot get stops. And that's really what's led to their very mediocre record, only 12-11 overall and 6-8 in conference. And you think a team with the 5th ranked offense in the entire country would be better than that. This is a very historic team here, the Quakers. They won the ODAC championship just last season, and they're normally in the playoffs. But they've struggled a little bit this season as the first free throw is off. They're led by first-year head coach Jesse DeLoof, who built a program out there at Pitt Bradford, a team that won just one game the year before he joined. He led them into the NCAA tournament as 0 for 2 at the free throw line. And out of bounds, will stay here with Averett. Jesse's teams play fast and force a lot of turnovers. And it's in his first season here, trying to get his guys into the playoffs. And to be honest with you, I don't think anybody wants to play this Quakers team. Cougars lost to them by 20 in their first matchup. Looking to get a win right here. Mason Mitchell with the ball inside to Scogan. Kicks it back up top. And now here's Bracey. He's got all 6 of Averett's points. Kicks it to the wing. Mitchell, heavily contested shot is off. Stevens gets the rebound and puts it in. Tyler Stevens, 7th in the ODAC in rebounding this season. Gets his first one and puts it in 8-4 Cougars. Pushing it inside, and it's blocked again by Mitchell. Stevens tries to save it, but he goes out of bounds and runs up to the 5th row. So Salters not having his way here early. He's been blocked twice, and he's going to come out of the game. So the Cougars turning up the defense here on Braylon Salters, who has been unstoppable the last 5 weeks. Really the entire season, if you want to go back to then. As I said, 23 points per game, the ODAC's leading scorer. Whoa, here's a long three. Oh, it is good. Gabe Proctor from the logo. And don't sleep on Gabe either. He's top 10 in scoring as well. Number 5 in the ODAC. 17 points per game, a lethal three-point shooter. Inside the paint to Mitchell. Bracey, he's got 2, why not 3? And he gets it. Tomias Bracey, 3 for 3 from 3. And Averett answers the bell, trying to get a steal here. It's on the ground, it's picked up by the Quakers. Back up top. Axel, over to Proctor. Proctor working against Mitchell. Keeping that pivot inside Axel. 11 on the clock. Moves it inside, puts up the shot, and gets it to go. Almost 5 minutes have come and gone here in the first half. Here's Bracey, kicks it into the corner. 3-point shot. He stepped out of bounds. Jalen Chambers, fresh off the bench there, and a turnover. Timeout on the floor. Give us a chance to catch our breath. Cougars and Quakers, when we return. And welcome back, everyone, to the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. Thomas Heaney III as we settle in here after some technical difficulties to start the game. Hope everyone's tuned in back at home, wherever you're watching. Should be a good one here. 2 playoff teams facing off at the end of the season here in mid-February. As we get closer and closer to the ODAC playoffs and the NCAA tournament. Both these teams hope to be in both of those. Averett has already punched their ticket to the ODAC playoffs. Guilford still needs a win. Braylon Salters, ODAC Player of the Week, dribbles the ball up here. He's 1 for 4 to start the game. And now he's trying to pass it inside. That's not going to go, and it's out of bounds the other way. So Salters with another turnover there. It's kind of interesting what we have on hand here. You take a look at Tomias Bracey, a sophomore point guard, facing off against Braylon Salters, a sophomore point guard. As now Guilford forces the 5-second violation. But 2 sophomore guards, roughly the same height, and 2 of the biggest stars in this conference facing off, and so far advantage Bracey. He's got 9 points with 3 threes. And Salters just 1 for 4. Moving it inside. Shot is good. Axel, beautiful shot there. And we're all tied up. Quakers bringing some full court pressure here. Oh boy, got to try to get this ball up, and they're not going to do it. It's a turnover. Kicks it to Salters. Inside to Axel. Axel rises up and gets the N1. And so Jesse DeLu, first-year head coach of Guilford, makes the adjustment there defensively, bringing a full court pressure. Averett coughs it up. And they also had the 5-second violation, so back-to-back turnovers forced by the pressure of the Quakers. Axel at the line to shoot 1. And Axel gets it. So rival Axel gets the three-point play there. Averett getting the ball in, trying to push the pace. Gets it over to Bracy. Bracy is doubled. And now he bounces it back up top. Bracy wants an isolation. Commands the offense, and now with 10. Up top to Chambers. Swings it into the middle to Stevens. Back out to Bracy. Bracy, another three-point shot. That one no good. Trying to fight for it with Sellers. Couldn't grab it. And it goes out of bounds off of Averett. Josh Seiler will come into the game for Averett, as well as Zach Scogan. So Sellers and Stevens, two guys top 10 in rebounds per game this season, will take a seat, and Averett goes with a more of a deep ball threat here lineup. Everyone can shoot right now on the floor for Averett. Moving it inside, Salters can't get it to go. And Salters now 1 for 5. Kicking it to Mitchell, rising up and putting it down. Mason Mitchell with the dunk. Pushing it in here, McMillan. Moving it into Proctor, he's swarmed. And what's the call? It's gonna be a jump ball. And the possession arrow will be in favor of the Cougs. One of my favorite rivalries in the ODAC. Averett and Guilford separated by just about 45 minutes. A 29 rivalry here. Pushing it past half court. And now Bracy coughs it up out of bounds, as that was Salters forcing the turnover there. And like I said, we'll be watching that matchup all night long. Two superstar point guards going head-to-head right now. Salters and Bracy. Moving it up top. Proctor letting it fly again. That one's off. Rebounded by Edwards. Inside. Kicks it back out. Mid-range shot. No good. Edwards again. Second offensive rebound on one possession. Into the corner. Back out to Proctor. Up top. Salters lets it rip. And he can't find anything right now, but the tip-in is good. 3 offensive rebounds on one possession. And the second chance points becoming crucial here for the Quakers. 3-point lead for them. Kicking into the corner, Scogan. Scogan retreats and gets it back to Chambers. Here's Bracy working against Salters. Bracy again almost lost it. Salters hits the deck. Seiler from way downtown. Oh, you bet. Oh, wow. Josh Seiler. Pushing it inside. Scogan hits the deck. Another offensive rebound. Salters, can he hit? And he can. Missed his last 5 shots and finally is able to bury that 3. And I mentioned it, those keys to the game right now are favoring Guilford. This has been a high-tempo, fast-paced game. Averett's keeping up with the scoring. Ooh, Seiler spin move inside. Picks up his dribble. Finds Mitchell. Fadeaway jumper is good. But as we talked about, this is a Quakers team averaging almost 100 points per game. Oh, nice cut inside. Proctor gets it in. And also giving up about 85 points per game. Most of their games have been pretty entertaining, to say the least. Get it over to Seiler. Seiler pumps. Back up to Mitchell. Into Bracy. And now Bracy will settle. Scogan's got the height advantage on Edwards. He's got 10 seconds to work with. Yep, he's going to post him up. They got to bring help. Inside to Mitchell. Out of bounds. Off of Guilford. Timeout on the floor. 21-18 as we got 11:27 left here in the first half. This one is going to be entertaining. You're not going to want to go anywhere. Cougars and Quakers. 3-point game when we return. Three-point game here in Danville, Virginia. Two teams fighting for the playoffs. Averett already in, but fighting for seeding. As we take a look at that Guilford bench over there during the timeout. Brendan Baker, assistant coach under Jesse DeLoof. Assistant coach under Coach Suino for quite some time here. Returning back once again. He's returned here a few times. This is his third season now at Guilford, but formerly assistant coach of Averett. Now coaching against Coach Suino. Averett will have the ball here under the basket. It'll be Chambers to inbound. Here we go. Gets it in. Seiler again. Long three. Front iron no good. Offensive rebound Chambers. Fadeaway shot. That's good. Jalen Chambers on the board as it's a 1-point game. Here comes Edwards. Back up Salters. Ooh, stutter step. Into the corner. Ooh, that's got to be an illegal screen. Yeah, wow. Gosh. Yeah, that was an illegal screen in every textbook right there. Jermsky there, just a little bit too rough. We've got a substitution coming on here for the Cougars. That's Sully Gay, the redshirt freshman coming into the game here. Some big minutes. Normally see him at the end of games, and Sully Gay here getting a good opportunity to make an impact here early. Number 20 for Averett. Getting it back up top. Here's a three-point shot by Stevens. He buries it. Tyler Stevens, one of the most dynamic players on this Cougars roster. We talked about it, top 10 in rebounds this year, but can also stretch the floor out. Long three from Salters, no shot. As now it's out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Cougars, and this is really interesting. Averett's shooting over 60% from the field. Guilford only 45. It's a 2-point game, and a lot of that is because of the offensive rebounds. We've seen a ton of second chance points here for the Quakers, and although they've been building a brick house down there, they've been able to clean it up and get a lot of putback shots to go, and that's why it's a 2-point game. Trying to get the ball in here, and they find Salters. Now with 10. Looking for a look is Clayton. Clayton up top. Salters, another three. That's off. And the rebound to Chambers. And Salters' struggles continue here tonight. Up to Gay. Pushing the pace inside. Seiler, ooh, Euro step. Josh Seiler with a nice lay there, and Averett's lead is up to 4. Inside the paint here, Bacon. Three-point shot. Off, and rebounded by Averett. Chambers loses it, but he's fouled. And Quakers upset at that foul call. Very uncharacteristically bad shooting first half here by Guilford. Starting with their superstar point guard, Braylon Salters. It has been a tough go at it. Still only down by 4. Averett gets it in. Trying to move it up. And gets it over to Seiler. Kicks it inside. Sellers, high shot is off. Salters just 2 for 9 here in this first half. Gets it over to Proctor. Proctor gets a nice on-ball screen and swings it all the way over to Axel. Proctor, a logo three again, and oh, wow, in and out. That ball was halfway down. Proctor just launching some crazy long three-pointers. Obviously, he's another superstar in this conference, and he's done it all season. Just hasn't been able to fall. Sellers inside, tough layup, no good. And the scoring has really slowed down here the last few minutes. Inside, Salters, shot is off. And a foul called, I believe it's against Guilford. Salters now just 2 of 10. Cody Clayton will pick up the foul. And it's against Guilford. Cougars up by 4, chance to extend their lead. Boy, Averett's been really good at home this season. Take a look at their home record, 11 wins. Moving it inside, up top, Stevens. Fadeaway shot. Oh, Stevens again. A true 3-level score there, hitting the 3 earlier in this first half and now getting the fadeaway mid-range shot. And a quick layup is good there by Dawson Edwards. Moving it up here. Another substitution on the floor here for the Cougars. That's Malik Ware. Tyler inside, no good. Stevens again. Tyler Stevens with his fingerprints all over this one. Another offensive rebound for him, and the lead's back up to 6. Proctor kicks it. Axel moves it in. Shot is off. Another shot. Rebound is good. Swinging it all the way to Stevens. Oh, my goodness. Wide open. And I got to be honest, it's stuff like that where you look, and that is one of the reasons why Guilford is a bottom 10 defense nationally this season. As there's a long 3. That's off. Bracey gets it. Finds Stevens again. Stevens hanging, banging. Finds Sellers. Ball's loose. Sellers picks it up. It's a fight, and it's picked up by Proctor of Guilford. Mid-range shot. Got it. And it's a 4-point game here. But just too many wide open guys here if you're the Quakers. Starting to see why they've struggled defensively this season. Ware picks it up. Gets it over to Bracey. Bracey loses a defender. 3-point shot. Off the mark. Stevens fighting for it. And it's out of bounds. It's going to go the other way. 31-27 here at the 6:57 mark. You're watching the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. Cougars and Quakers in a little bit of a shootout here. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. Just under 7 minutes left here in the first half. And we've got 2 good teams here, and I'll be honest, these are 2 teams that if I were Virginia Wesleyan or Randolph-Macon, I would not want to play these guys in the first round. And somebody's going to have to, obviously, but right now I believe Averett would face off against Virginia Wesleyan, who they beat 61-56 earlier in the season. Averett's actually beaten both top 2 seeds in the conference, Randolph-Macon, who is number 2 in the country, and Virginia Wesleyan. And then obviously Guilford College can score with anybody. I don't really want to see them either in the playoffs. ODAC is so deep as we head towards the playoffs, and Salters again coughs it up. It's another turnover for him. Bracey, stutter step, shot off, and a rebound secured by the Quakers. Here comes Bacon. Bacon losing it, picks it back up, inside Salters, got it. Mitchell loses it, and it's going back the other way. Over to Salters. Salters, oh, great job there by Jalen Chambers. They're going to say it's off of Chambers. Boy, I just disagree. That looked like it was off of the leg of Salters. Or, excuse me, no, they're going to call a foul. Oh, that's, no. Oh, I really disagree. That was definitely not a foul, but it was called a foul. Yeah, that looked like all ball. It's hard to see from up here, but yeah, we'll give the referees the benefit of the doubt. They're definitely having a much harder job than I am up here. 1-point game now. And Salter's trying to get it hot here. He had a layup, and now he's got 2 free throws. Hit the first, trying to score 4 straight points for the Quakers and tie this game up, which he does. And it's all knotted up here, 31 all. Moving it up here is Bracey. At Averett's first 9 points, quiet since. Bracey, ooh, stutter step. Working against Germsky. Working the pick and roll here with Scogan. Stops on a dime. And it's off the back iron. Gets his own miss inside to Scogan. Scogan rises up and gets it to go. Scogan gets the bucket. And that's a 2-point game for the Cougars. Salter's looking to stay hot. He scored the last 4 points. Moving it inside. One-handed layup off. Another block by Scogan. Fight for the ball. Scogan picks it up. Oh, wow. And Bracey is fouled. Now we're going to get a foul here. They were looking to inbound this ball. Working against the full court pressure of the Quakers. They get it into Bracey. Bracey's doubled. Swings it over, and the ball's loose. Taken away by the Quakers. Oh, not fooling anyone on that pump fake. Instead, he passes it to Salters, who finds the bottom of the basket. 6 straight by Salters. Starts to heat up a little bit here. Swinging it all the way over to Sellers, into Stevens. Stevens, free throw line J, off, and the rebound goes to Edwards. Chance for the Quakers to take the lead. Salters heating up. He's got 6 straight. Good defense by Stevens. Salters inside, gets the foul, and he'll be heading to the line to shoot 2. Foul on Tyler Stevens. His second team's 4th. Salters at the line. Salters at the line to shoot 2. I want to give a quick shout out to Coach David Duino in his 12th season at Averett. If you see him there on the floor, it might be hard to see him from up here, but he's wearing number 10 on the back of his shirt. And that number 10 is for the late Jameel Carter Jr., former Averett guard who sadly passed away in 2024. Affectionately known as Mello, has just had such an impact on Coach Duino in the last couple of seasons following his death. And he always reps that number 10, and it's always really cool to see. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Coach Duino for that. Salters goes 2 of 2 at the line, and the Quakers lead by 2 now. And after a sluggish start, Quakers were able to stay in it through that struggle by Salters. And now they've got the lead, and now another turnover. Swings it over to Edwards. Up top, Proctor, another long 3. And you bet. Gabe Proctor, 5 feet past the 3-point line, gets it to go. And we've got a whistle. Do we have a technical foul here, maybe? But this is the dangerous part about this game, is Averett had a chance there with Salters really struggling to shoot the ball, and just the Quakers as a whole, they were shooting under 45% from the field. But they hung around, and right now they lead 38-33. Averett having a hard time getting the ball up the floor. Pass it over to Seiler. Seiler inside. Mid-range shot here by Fitzgerald is off, and the rebound to Salters. Pass up. Salters against Seiler. He surveys. Salters inside. Tough shot. Got it to go. And Braylon Salters has really turned it on here in the last few minutes. It's a 7-point lead, the largest lead by any team here tonight. And now we've got a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a timeout on the floor. I believe. We'll see. Referees are. Yep, media timeout. 7-point lead for the Quakers as they have turned it on here. And it's thanks to their star, Braylon Salters. He scored 8 straight points for the Quakers. We'll be right back. And here we go. Big timeout here. The Cougars. Wow, that's interesting. Not coach. Public address announcer Drew Wilson just announced to the crowd that it was a team administration foul, technical foul. I believe that's just somebody on the bench, not assigned to one player. I believe it was just the bench of Averett. Either way, so technical foul call there. Salters will get another point. They lead by 8. And the Cougars cough it up again, and right now they just can't move the ball up the floor. Another turnover forced by this pressure of Guilford. And this is the type of defense they are. They're hit or miss, big play. They'll press, and if they give up an easy basket, so be it. If they force turnovers, they'll deal with that. Inside the paint, layup is good. Trip McMillan. And it's a 10-point game here. And Averett having a hard time getting the ball in. They finally do here to Bracey, and Bracey's fouled. But you can see the play style, right? I mean, we've seen wide open Averett players under the basket breaking through the press. We've also seen a lot of fouls, as we saw there. It's the 7th foul for Guilford here in the first half. Averett enters the bonus, so it's big play defense. You know, they'll give up easy baskets, they'll foul, you'll go to the line to shoot free throws, but at the same time, Cougars have really had a hard time moving it past half court. They've turned the ball over a number of times here. And if you get just enough from your star players like Salters and Gabe Proctor, both top 5 in scoring this year in the league, it leads to wins. And right now, that's the case. Bracey goes 2 of 2 at the line. It's an 8-point game. Averett needs to tighten up defensively here in the half court. Haven't seen much half court offense here for the Quakers recently. Mid-range shot off, and that ball is going to go all the way over. It's tipped, so no backcourt violation. And I believe we've got a shot clock issue here. And they're going to get a fresh shot clock. Oh, almost fresh. 28 seconds. 27 now and counting. Salters working against Sellers. Good screen there, trying to free him up. Here comes Bacon. Bacon pushing it inside. Pivots up top to Proctor. trying to keep it tight on Proctor as he's been launching threes. Salters with 8. Salters against Sellers. Sellers, good defense. Salters in and out. And a big stop there by Averett, as they need a bucket right here. Seiler, aggressive take inside, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I apologize if you hear any of the fans over the microphone. The Guilford faithful not too pleased with that call, as they travel well. Only, as I mentioned, just about a 45-minute drive from Greensboro. During my 4 years here, it's always it's always interesting whenever the Guilford crowd comes along here and tries to support their Quakers. Definitely provides good environment, good energy here in the building. As there's a shot good by Seiler. He goes 1 of 2. I want to give a shout out to the baseball team as well for Averett down there in the student section, rooting on the Cougars here tonight. Under 3 minutes left here in the first half, and it's been exactly the kind of game that Guilford wants. It's 43-36. Quakers on pace for 85 points. Believe it or not, that's about 10 points below their season average. Averett looking to get some stops here down the stretch. Here's Bacon. Bacon cuts through the defense. Good defense by Averett, and it's taken away. Here comes Sellers all the way to the rack. Oh, wow. Jackson Sellers. A fast break dunk of his own, a highlight reel play. Salters in a blender. And it's taken away again by Averett. Here comes Stevens. Sellers. Sellers again inside the paint. And he misses the layup. Stevens tries to save it, but he goes out of bounds. Oh, wow. The pace starting to pick up here. Averett's defense has been really good in the half court. It's just been the turnovers that have forced easy shots for Guilford. We got a 5-point game here with 2 minutes left here in the first half. Proctor left open, three-pointer off the front iron, no good, and the rebound to Sellers. Chance to make this a one-score game. Stevens got to find someone. He finds Sellers, kicks it out. Here's a three-point shot, and it's good. The lucky lefty, Tamias Bracey, hits his fourth three-pointer here of the first half, and just like that, a 10-point lead has been cut to 2. Up top here with Edwards. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that was quite the shot there. That one's off. Here comes Sellers. Bracey for the lead. And it's off. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to go the other way. Oh, gosh, I don't know about that one. That was close. It's going to go the other way with the Quakers. Both teams on pace for over 80 points. A little bit of a different game than what we saw in January. Guilford held Averett to just 57 points for the entire game. Right now, Averett with 41 in the first half. Much more on par with their season averages. Proctor working the baseline, towing it, staying in. Shot is up, no good. Good defense there by Gay. Ball's loose and a foul called. We'll see who it's against. It's going to go against Averett. As one side of the Grant Center cheers, the other side boos. Foul called against the Cougars. 2-point game, 50.6 seconds left here in the first half. Proctor left wide open. Oh, you can't do that. As the Averett defense just fell asleep there, and a timeout is going to be called. As Coach Duino not going to be too pleased with that. Can't give away those shots. Scoreboard reads 45-41. I believe it's 46-41. We'll get that for you in just a moment. We'll stay here. 45 seconds left here in the first half. If you're just joining us, or if you're an Averett fan, Guilford fan, or any fan of the ODAC, maybe you're a fan of the Virginia Wesleyan Marlins, who might face off against one of these teams, or Randolph-Macon Yellow Jackets doing your scouting. This is the type of game you might be in for if you play against Guilford. Just super high pace. And again, I say Guilford because Averett has had a good offense this season. They're averaging about 70 points per game and then 69 points per game on defense. But, I mean, the average Guilford game this season, total points-wise, has been 180 combined points. And kind of seeing that right here in this one. Averett looking to get another impressive victory here tonight, as they've only got 2 games left in their season, 2 games at home, and it's coughed up. Gay tries to take it back. Gay with the ball. And it's going to be a jump ball. It'll go back the other way. And a 2.7 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock now. It says 20 seconds on the shot clock, but I believe it should be 30. I guess not. I guess they're going to roll with the 20. Maybe I don't know something. Here comes a shot, and it's good. It's interesting. All of the players on the floor were screaming 30. Doesn't matter, though, as Quakers get another basket. Their lead up to 7. Soli Gay almost loses it. He's rumbling, bubbling. And it's a 10-second violation. Soli Gay turns it over there. And Averett's offense, it's really interesting. 41 points, which is really, really good. But, boy, they have struggled with turnovers here in the first half. In particular, in the backcourt. So 11.6 seconds left here, 7-point game. And here we go. Quakers can hold for the last shot if they want. Pushing it inside, ball's loose, it's picked up by Averett. 3 seconds, 2, gotta let it fly. 1, it'll count if it goes, and it doesn't. Jackson Sellers there, misses at the buzzer, and it brings us to a break. 48-41, the Quakers lead the Cougars. Let's take a 10-minute break and rejoin you for the halftime report in just a few minutes. And welcome back, everybody, to the Averett Sports Network halftime report. My name is Thomas Heaney III as we take a look at some of the stats here that we saw in that first half. Guilford with a 7-point lead here as we got about 4 minutes left until we get underway. 48-41 score. Top scorers for Averett was Tomias Bracey with 14 points on 4 of 9 from the field, but all 4 field goals were 3-pointers. Take a look at Tyler Stevens as well, 11 points, those 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, a plus-minus of +7, team best for Averett. And then we take a look at the Guilford side. How are they doing? Well, 16 points by Braylon Salters. He's averaging 23.5, so he's getting close to that season average. He started 2 of 10 and then proceeded to go 5 for his next 7. Only 1 of 6 from 3, but 5 of 5 from the field goal or from the free throw line as well. Got a couple of steals. Really the difference in the game right now. And you take a look at the score. A 7-point lead has been the steals and the turnovers. The Cougars with 14 turnovers to Guilford's 6. And in a game of possessions, and trying to keep those possessions against a team that is highly efficient offensively, giving away 8 possessions is pretty tough. Free throws, 6 for 8 as a team for the Quakers, 3 of 4 for the Cougars. And again, it's just a matter of possessions and shots. Averett shot better from the field, but Guilford went 19 of 44, and Averett went 16 of 32, and so 12 more shots did Guilford have over Averett in that first half. All things that have to change if you're the Cougars trying to come away with a win here. And then we take a look at the playoff picture, right? I mean, Averett comes in at 7-7. Guilford comes in at 6-8. They're separated by just a game. But because Guilford beat Averett earlier in the season, they would not only clinch a playoff berth here tonight with a win, but they would also leapfrog over Averett into that 7 seed, and Averett would drop down to 8. Now, they can't drop any lower than that because Shenandoah has 10 losses in that number 9 spot, and Averett, if they lose out, would have 9 losses. So they're in the playoffs. But you talk about playoff matchups and trying to play against whoever. Averett obviously can beat anybody. They've shown that this year. They beat Virginia Wesleyan, the number 2 seed. They beat Randolph-Macon on a buzzer beater by Tomias Bracey here at home. But both of those games were at home. Averett's luck on the road hasn't been that great this season, and they just lost by 20+ to Randolph-Macon on the road just a couple weeks ago. And so we'll see how it plays out down the stretch. But obviously a big game for seeding and a big game for Guilford for just trying to get into the dance, because if they lost their last 2 games, they could find themselves on the outside looking in, and that's not what you want here if you're first-year head coach Jesse DeLoof. So a lot at stake here as we head down the stretch here. 1:15 left until we get started. Guilford, 20 minutes left to clinch a playoff berth. Averett trying to mount a comeback and secure at least a top 7 seed. And that's what they would do with a win here today. They would avoid that number 8 seed. All right, here we go. 15 seconds left until we get started. The Cougars will start out with possession, and it'll be Mason Mitchell inbounding the ball here from midcourt. First half saw a lot of ups and downs by both teams. The largest lead of the first half was 10 by Guilford. Averett led by as much as 7. We'll see what gives here. 20 minutes back on the clock, and here we go. Get it into Tomias Bracey. He's got 4 3-pointers here in the second half. or first half rather. Could have 4 in the second half. If that happens, I think Averett will be better off. Pushing it inside. Sellers shot off, and the rebound goes to the Quakers. Here comes Salters. Salters working against Bracey. Up top to Edwards. Good defense by Stevens. Oh, yeah. Here comes Proctor's three. That's off, but he's fouled, as they didn't let him land. And Proctor will head to the line for what appears to be 3 free throws. So Proctor will head to the line to shoot 3, where he shoots it at 81% this season. And Proctor hits the first 2. And just kind of backpedaling on that playoff picture again. Averett can still get the 7th seed with a loss here tonight. They would need to win against EMU on Saturday. I'll be here for that one here in the Grant Center. And they would also need Guilford to lose their last game as well. And if that happens, Averett would have a chance still to get in, as Guilford would then move to 9 losses. Averett getting the ball up. So we get over to Sellers. Sellers, big body inside, and he's fouled. It's going to be a blocking foul called against number 13, Rival Axel. As Axel tries to make his case for a charge, the referee not buying it. Sellers' first free throw hits the front iron, no good. Sellers has got his free throw percentage up to 70%. It's really cool to watch the development of him at the line this season. Someone that was shooting under 60% earlier in the season has now got his free throw percentage up to 70. But he misses both here. But look at Stevens on the offensive board. He's fouled. That shot won't count. But what a rebound by Tyler Stevens. My goodness. One-handed snaggeroo. Getting it in here, Mitchell. That one's off the mark. And now trying to push the pace. Here they go. Off and running. Edwards up and good. Largest lead of the night. It's 12. Stevens. Gets it over to Sellers. Sellers, pump fake. Got it. And just when Averett needed it, they got it from their leading scorer, Jackson Sellers. Proctor off the screen. Inside. Trying to keep it alive, and he does. Edwards. Good defense here by Sellers. Bagged up. Long three. Salters can't hit. And the rebound goes to Sellers. Great defensive possession there by Averett. Into the corner, Bracey. That one's off. Tough rebound by Scogan. Back over to Mitchell. Scogan looking to finish the possession. Nope. Instead passes it inside. Into the corner. Stevens. They need it bad. And it misses again. That's got to be a foul. Yep. It's going to be a loose ball foul called against Guilford. Coach Jesse DeLoof beside himself. Can't believe the call, but I'm going to have to agree with the official here. Better be careful not to pick up a technical foul. He's getting real close. And again, I do apologize if we hear anything over the air by one of the fans here. We are awfully close to the Guilford section of the crowd up here in the booth. Obviously not too pleased with the call. 10-point game here, Cougars with the ball. Following that foul. Bracey up to Stevens, into the corner, Mitchell. Mitchell, pass inside, layup is good. Count it, and the foul. Jackson Sellers with a big boy basket there. And it's on McMillan. 4th team foul already here in the first 3 minutes for Guilford. And that could be an issue down the stretch. Oh, boy. Sellers looking for some redemption here after going 0 for 2 with the line. And Sellers gets him. So 3-point play there by Jackson Sellers. And it's a 7-point game. Cougars need stops. They got to do it in the half court. That's where they're at right now. Ball's loose, picked up, and taken away by Sellers. Jackson takes the ball into the corner. Here comes Bracey, back out Sellers. Sellers, 3-point shot. Off, but what a rebound by Stevens again. And he's fouled. Oh my gosh. That's the 5th team foul by Guilford in the first 3 minutes. And yet again, I mean, that is a foul. I mean, they have to call that. Stevens is going up for the rebound, and he can't land properly because there's players around him not giving him that landing space. So Averett will get the ball here again. 5 team fouls, something to keep our eye on here for the Quakers. Up top to Bracey. Quakers down by 7. They need a big basket here and try to keep this momentum on their side. Bracey stutter steps. Bracey inside, 2 seconds, got to put it up. Sellers, friendly bounce is good. Jackson Sellers with some takeover here. He's heating up. Back up top to Salters. And Sellers will look to do it on the defensive end against one of the nation's best players. Salters off. Scogan picks it up and sends it to Bracey. Bracey, Hail Mary shot there. Inside the paint, and the ball is loose. It's out of bounds off of Guilford. Hail Mary pass there. I don't know if I articulated myself the way I wanted to on that. A Hail Mary pass by Bracey. Stay here with the Cougars. And if Averett's going to want to win this game, it's just like we talked about in the pregame. They're going to have to do it on defense in the half-court sets. Got to get it in. They do. Scogan working a one-on-one. Bracey lets it fly. Oh, yeah! Tomias Bracey with his 5th three-pointer of the game. And it's a 2-point game here at the Grant Center. Proctor's long 3. Off. Tries to follow his own miss. He does. Gets it over to Bacon. Bacon is fouled by Bracey. And a 12-point lead has been cut down to 2. A 10-0 run by Averett. Pushing it inside. Tough layup is good by by rival Axel. Trying to get the ball up the court here, and Stevens loses it. It'll stay here, though, with Averett. Timeout on the floor. Oh, boy, got to catch our breath here. The Cougars with a 10-0 run. Axel answers with a layup. And just like that, it's a 4-point game here with 15:59 left. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network after the break. 4-point game here in Danville between two ODAC rivals. It's been hot here in the Grant Center. Both coaches getting into it, players getting into it. And a lot on the line here. And teams fighting for seeding, and a team in Guilford fighting to make the playoffs. They're still not in. They're heavily favored to make it. They just need to win one of their next 2 games or have Shenandoah lose one of their next 2 games. And right now, they're up by 4, looking to clinch here tonight. I'm sure there's nothing more that Averett would like than to prolong that. Whoa, here comes a big, long pass. Wow, into Stevens. Stevens puts it up and misses. And it'll stay here with the Cougars. I'll tell you what, it's funny whenever you see these full court presses, you see some passes you'd never see in a quote-unquote normal game. But when all 5 guys are on the other side of the floor, you might as well let it fly. Stay here with Averett and Bracey. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it into Sellers. He's been hot. Sellers looking to stay hot. Misses, but a foul. Make it 6 team fouls now for Guilford. And I'm telling you, I keep saying it, but that is really going to come back and potentially bite Guilford here. I mean, 6 fouls. We're getting 1 more foul away from shooting 1-and-1s with 15 minutes left in this game. And free throws are going to come. Free throws are going to be a crucial part here down the stretch. Sellers' first shot is good. And especially the way that Guilford plays, obviously ultra aggressive, trying to get those steals. Be curious to see if Coach DeLuff potentially backs off the Dogs and plays more of a half-court defense. Sellers goes 1 of 2, but look at Scogan. Big boy offensive rebound, keeps the possession alive. Sellers, shake and bake, out. Here's a 3 by Bracey. It's off, another offensive rebound. That's off, and now finally secured by Guilford. Oh, ball's loose, and it's on the ground. Fight for it. And we're going to have a jump ball, and I believe it's going to go the other way, but look at the fight on the floor by Averett. And although Averett doesn't get the possession arrow, it's stuff like that when you just fight for a loose ball and you want that tie-up no matter what, because you never know. Averett now will have the possession arrow after this possession. Terrell Fitzgerald enters the game. Former ODAC Defensive Player of the Week honors earlier in the season. He's been an anchor for the Cougars off the bench. Terrell, the junior forward out of Chatham, Virginia, and Hargrave Military. Went to the same high school as Tomias Bracey, both of them from Hargrave Military Academy. Good high school just north of Virginia in Chatham. Always good at basketball there. We got a 3-point game here. Salters working against Sellers. Banging down low, Salters rises up. Oh boy, that's not even close. And Stevens is harassed. Boy, he's got to throw it up, and he does. Got to get the ball past half court. They do. Here comes Mitchell. Inside Sellers. Sellers bangs down low and misses. And the rebound secured by Guilford. Quakers with the ball here again. Edwards and Mitchell doing a dance. Up top. Shot is off. Fight for the board. In the hands of Fitzgerald with a little tap there from Bracey. Fitzgerald wants the ball down low. He's got a one-on-one matchup. Fitzgerald, a little old school basketball. Up top to Mitchell. Yep. It's a 3-pointer for Mason Mitchell. And we're all tied up here at double nickel. Here comes Salters. He's been quiet here in the second half, and he'll be heading on the line to shoot 2. It's been a really up and down game for Braylon Salters. Started the game 2 of 10, and then proceeded to go 5 of 7 on a scorcher. I believe he scored 12 straight for Guilford, and I believe he's scoreless here in the second. That might change here. He's got 2 shots. And he connects on the first one. I believe this is going to be a rivalry renewed here, rebirthed between these two teams. Guilford has obviously dominated the rivalry in recent years, but now with a new first-year head coach and Coach Jesse DeLoof, kind of going through a little bit of a mini rebuild and just the season that Averett has put together, I could see these two teams going at it for years in the future. Seems like we've got an instant classic on our hands here tonight if it persists like this. Sellers will take it and get it over to Chambers. Chambers cuts through the defense, switches hands. Oh, wow. Little magic work there from Jalen Chambers. Fools the defense and switches it up with the hands and the lay. All tied up again. Axel up top to Proctor. Got to clamp up on him, and now Chambers gets called for the foul. Chambers doesn't like it, but I do agree with the referee on that one. Looked like he got his hand stuck in the cookie jar. Sends it into Cody Clayton. Clayton, oh, almost lost it there. Gets it back up to his buddy Axel. And now with 10, Edwards. No Salters on the floor. Proctor, pump fake, 5 seconds. Great pass inside. Oh, that was a beauty. Rival Axel finishes it, but Gabe Proctor with the assist of the night right there as the shot clock was dwindling down. We got a 2-point game here. Back and forth action we go. Cougars and Quakers. Take a quick break. (16-11) here in the second half for the Cougars, as we've seen 7 minutes come and go. And they'll have the ball here, trying to get it in, and it's tipped out of bounds. Nice defense there by Jermsky. Seiler has been trusted on the inbounds for most of the night, as now this one is going to go out of bounds. Once again, it'll stay here. And now finding Bracy with 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Bracy works against Edwards and now swings it over to Sellers. Sellers cuts through the defense, easy layup. And Jackson Sellers has been the driving force here of this comeback here in the second half. Nice off-ball screen there. Back up top, three-point shot. Not gonna go, Sellers gets it, off to the races. Here goes Jackson all the way into the paint. He's fouled, can't finish the layup. But more free throws coming up for the Cougars, and that's the 7th team foul for the Quakers. And Averett's going to be shooting 1-and-1s here down the stretch. Fitzgerald messing with the rim there with the referee. Seems like everything's all right. Sellers 2 of 5 at the line here tonight. Misses again, now just 2 of 6. First half of the season, as I mentioned earlier, Sellers has really struggled from the line, shooting under 60%, but in the second half of the season, we've seen his free throw percentage grow over 70. 2 of 6 here tonight, looking to get this one. And he misses again. Now Sellers 2 of 7, but the offensive rebound again by Averett. Why not another? Oh, yeah. Averett resilient on the O boards. That's their 3rd offensive rebound off a missed free throw in the second half. That is crazy. Edwards, and now we'll have a whistle. It's going to go against Bracey off the ball. Scogan will enter. That's insane to have 3 offensive rebounds off of 3 missed free throws in the first 7 minutes of a half. That's unheard of. Guilford just can't keep Averett off the glass. Salters, careless pass there, goes out of bounds. It'll stay here. Getting it inside, and it's taken away by Averett. Bracey off to the races, 3-on-1. And now he'll slow it up. Cougars with a 2-point lead going out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Guilford just shooting 33% from the field here in the second half. Proctor, he's got nowhere to go. Scoop layup. Oh, wow. What a shot there by Proctor. Into the corner, Scogan. Scogan back up to Bracey. Bracey can't get it to go. Mitchell fights for it and lands in the hands of Edwards. 61 all here. Edwards loses it. That's got to go the other way, right? No, it's going to stay here. Proctor takes a hit off the referee. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. The call was off of Averett. I don't know if they'll review this or not. But nonetheless, Averett, the Averett student section letting Gabe Proctor hear about it. 61-61, 11:32 left. Yep, they're going to take a look at the monitor. So we'll let you know if the call stands when we return here. We've got a replay review on the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. We'll be right back in just a moment. And we are just waiting on the official call here from the head referee on this replay review. The original call on the floor was out off of Averett. And let's see. gotten a... Yep, as Drew Wilson just announced to the crowd, the challenge is successful by Coach Duino. And so it'll be Averett ball, and just like that, not anymore. Turnover by Averett, 3-point shot by Salters. Off the mark. Now it's Cougars ball. Bracy gets it. Racing, corner 3 by Seiler, wide open, that's his shot. And he misses, fight for the board, it's loose, and picked up by Guilford. Running the break, Salters inside the paint. Good defense by Bracy, but too much there by Salters. He gets the lay. 2-point lead, Quakers. Mason Mitchell, prolific scorer, has the ball. Out to Bracy, gonna let it fly again. Oh, that was halfway down. Offensive rebound again by Averett. And now they'll slow it up. Bracy makes a move inside. Can't get it to go, but another offensive rebound. This one by Scogan. And once again, Averett dominating the glass right now, especially the O boards. It's the difference right now in the game. Salters misses, but a late foul called. And he'll be heading the line again. One of the things you've got to respect about Braylon Salters, has been his ability to get to the line. It has not been his night from the field. He's just shooting 5 of 17. But he's about to shoot his 8th and 9th free throws. And 7 of 7 so far. Make it 8 for 8. And much like the best players in the league, whether it's D1, D2, D3, or NBA, or whatever you want to say, the best players, even when they're struggling, find a way to get to the line and get their easy baskets there. He's 8 of 8. Make it 9 for 9. And now Guilford leads by 2. Like a seesaw. We go back and forth here in the Grant Center. Sellers over to Stevens. Get it over to Chambers. 10 on the shot clock. Chambers trying to get free. Takes a mid-range shot and can't get it. Another offensive rebound by Averett. This one by Stevens. I have lost track of the amount of offensive rebounds the Cougars have had here in the second half. Proctor's 3. Front iron no good. Ball's loose, picked up by Guilford. Salters, midi. Got it. 67-65. Inside Stevens. Stevens banging down low. Offensive foul. Stevens not happy with the call. Looked like the right call from up here. We're a little bit over halfway through the second half of play. Quakers looking to clinch a playoff berth. They need a win to get in. Off-ball motion for Proctor. He's got Fitzgerald on him. Averett kind of got caught in a mismatch there. Pushing it inside. Corner 3. No. Drive it inside. 10 seconds on the clock. Here's a corner 3, Salters. And he gets it. Salters, who was 1 of 7 from 3 before that last shot, hits it. Ball almost loose. Stevens in a straitjacket. And gets it over to Chambers. Dangerous territory here. Cougars down by 5. Get it over to Mitchell. Mitchell to Stevens. They're having a hard time here in the half court. Sellers with 5. Sellers banging down low. Fadeaway shot is short. Ball loose. Another offensive rebound by Averett. A fresh 20 on the shot clock here as Bracy gets set to check back in into Stevens, and that's going to be another offensive foul. And And so, ironically, the foul's now hurting Averett. We saw 7 fouls in that first 7 minutes of the second half here by Guilford. They've been able to tone them down a little bit, and now the Cougars having a hard time with the whistle. They've now matched Guilford in team foul. No, excuse me. Averett has gone over 7 fouls. They've got 8. Cougars need to stop. They're down by 5. A 5-0 run here by the Quakers. Proctor inside. Scoop layup again. No good. Big boy board by Fitzgerald. Pushing it inside. Seiler. Ball's loose on the ground, and it's picked up by the Quakers. Here goes Proctor all the way down. He's got Sellers at his back, and he's able to make the layup. A 7-0 run now. Got to imagine fatigue becoming a factor here as well down the stretch, the way this game has been. Bracey, pump fake, up top to Sellers, out to Mitchell. Scogan's open at the line. They get it to him. Mitchell spin move. Mitchell with 10, up top to Bracey. This feels like Bracey's just got to make something happen, right? Here he goes. Back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Sellers inside, misses. Another offensive rebound. Sellers misses again. Trying to get another, but they can't. And oh my gosh, Sellers is on the ground on the other end, holding his knee. And he can't get up right now. Oh my gosh. The last thing you want to see here, Jackson Sellers on the ground, holding his right knee. Looked like he was trying to pop it back in place. See if he can get up, but right now, just a disaster for Averett. A 9-0 run by the Quakers, and now Averett's leading scorer on the season, Jackson Sellers, down in pain. We'll be right back. And we are back here. I do want to report some good news. Jackson Sellers was able to get up on his own power, and he's been walking around seemingly okay. Looked like he was trying to pop his knee back in place. I don't want to speculate, but that's what it looked like to me. Definitely was something involved with that right leg. But either way, good news for Averett as he is up and walking around, getting stretched out there on the sidelines. We'll see if he can come back into the game. Right now, it's a 9-point lead for the Quakers and a 9-0 run. This game was 65-65 just a few minutes ago. Salters with 27 points, although shooting an inefficient 38% from the field. He is 9 of 9 at the free throw line, and he's come up with some big shots here in the second half. Proctor with 18 points as well. But both shooters for the Quakers not shooting very well. Proctor 3 of 9 from 3 and only 46% from the field. 7 minutes left here. Cougars trying to get another push here and get back into this game. They're down 9. That's not going to help. It's a turnover into the corner. 3-pointer by Salters is off. Offensive rebound, though. Shot is up and good. And an 11-0 run here by Guilford. Cougars just can't get the ball past half court again. We've seen this at times in this game. Seiler up top to Mitchell. Jalen Chambers getting set to check back in. Mitchell looking to make something happen. In and out. Ball's loose. Scogan fight for it. He's got it. Scogan rises up, misses the layup. Ball's loose again, and it's picked up by the Quakers. Off and running they go. Here comes Edwards. 3-point shot here by Francis. Landon Francis, the freshman, getting involved. And it's a 14-0 run here by the Quakers. Oh, my goodness. Then again, I've said it before in this broadcast. I believe we've got a technical foul on the floor. Or second personal foul, excuse me. But if you're watching this game as a Wesleyan fan or a Randolph-Macon fan, you don't want to play Guilford. I mean, this is not a team to mess around with. They can go on spurts. Now, granted, they are obviously extremely inconsistent. I mean, we've seen that this year. They're an under 500 team here in the ODAC and a team just one game over 500 overall. But they can go on runs as Stevens' first free throw. Nope. 1-and-1 misses. Sending it out to Salters. Salters up, off, but a foul. Salters will head to the line to shoot two. Going to be his 10th and 11th free throw here of the night. And he's perfect so far, 9 of 9. But an extremely streaky team has found a streak here. They've scored 14 unanswered here at the Grant Center. Salters hits his 10th straight free throw. The 83% free throw shooter on the season, looking to make his 11th in a row, which he does. 16-0 run here by the Quakers, and yep, there's another turnover. Three-point shot, Proctor, off. And Mitchell comes down with the board. Still plenty of time here. The Cougars just got to get going offensively. Sends it into Seiler. Oh, boy, he needs it. Seiler, corner three. Yep, he got it. And here we go. That's a 13-point game. Averett's trying to stay in this one. Pass into the corner to Proctor. Proctor's floater, short. Rebound, Averett. Guilford is streaky. I just mentioned that. And try to catch them on a streak. Under 6 minutes left here. Trying to send it up. Over to Scogan. Scogan inside the paint. That's a big boy bucket. Another basket there by Averett. 5 straight. And a timeout on the floor by Guilford. Back to 11 here. So, very up and down game. Has seen many runs. We just saw a 16-0 run by Guilford, and now Averett scores 5 unanswered and a quick timeout by Coach DeLuth. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network after the break. Quakers with the ball here as they lead by 11 thanks to a 16-0 run that we just saw transpire moments ago. Averett looking to stay in this, though. There's plenty of time here to get these guys back into the game. They got to start right now. They need stops in the half court. They need the Quakers to start missing some shots. Moving it inside. That's a heavily contested shot. No good. Good clear out, though, as Proctor gets the offensive rebound. Got Salters working against Sellers. Matchup we've seen all night. Averett's trying to stick one of their best defenders on him. Good pass inside. Another pass inside. Shot up and good. Great ball movement there by the Quakers. Trip McMillan finishes it. I mean, that is just textbook offense. Bracey going to make some magic happen. He's got 5 3-pointers here tonight. Mitchell gets it. Inside, misses. Offensive rebound, Averett, and Stevens gets it. Boy, I'll tell you what, on both ends really tonight. The first miss is normally not the end of the possession. Both teams have been really good at grabbing those O boards. Just an 11-point game here. 4 minutes left. McMillan passes it back over to Bacon. Here comes Salters. Salters, it hasn't been a great shooting night for him. Looking to finish it here. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot is up and it's blocked. Mitchell again with a block. Seiler trails. Mitchell inside. Blocking foul called. Against the Quakers. They're over the limit. And so Mitchell should have some free throws here. Mitchell catches his breath. We've got a timeout on the floor. Boy, this one has just been a bruiser. A lot of guys hitting the deck, out of breath. It's been a track meet here in Danville. We've got under 4 minutes left to play, and Averett looking to get on a big run here and retake the lead. He'll be right back. As we welcome you guys back to the Averett Sports Network on Flow College. If you're just joining us, this has been a crazy second half. Guilford just went on a 16-0 run. Averett chipped back a little bit with 5 straight unanswered. And right now we sit at 11. And 2 free throws coming up here for Mitchell, trying to cut the Quaker lead under 10. It's going to be a 1-and-1 here for Mitchell. And he gets the first one to go. And Mitchell goes 2 of 2. Those are some big free throws right there. Cuts the lead under 10. 3:50 left. Seiler fouls. And that's not great. It's going to send Cody Clayton to the line to shoot 2. We'll see what Clayton can do. Clayton just a 63% free throw shooter. Oh gosh, he banked it in. And so maybe an intentional foul there, question mark? I mean, judging by that first shot, I could see why. Clayton, second free throw is off, but an offensive rebound by Guilford, and just can't allow that here down the stretch. Clayton gets it back up. You gotta imagine maybe playing the foul game with Clayton. Those first 2 free throws. Mid-range shot by Bacon is off. Rising up and grabbing the rebound is Mitchell. He's swarmed. Got to get it out. Mitchell finds Bracey. Bracey inside. Great pass there, but a block. Oh, wow. That is beautiful basketball right there. Great block there by Cody Clayton and a beautiful pass by Bracey. Good offense, just better defense. 10-point game. Got to get the feeling here. The Cougars need some threes. See if they can get one up here on this possession. Sellers banging down low, kicks it to Mitchell. Is there a 3 right there? Nope. And we're going to get a foul on the floor, and it's going to be against Averett. 10-point game and some free throws coming up here for the Quakers in one of the best rivalries in the ODAC, Averett and Guilford. Right now, advantage Quakers. First shot is good there by Clayton. A 63% free throw shooter, went 1 of 2. His first trip to the line, banked a shot in, but it all counts the same. Clayton's second shot is good, so Clayton goes 2 of 2 at the line. It's a 12-point game. And Averett's got to start hoisting here. They want to try to get back in this game. Mitchell. Bracey, pump fake, Bracey. Fadeaway 3 from the corner, off. Offensive rebound, Averett. Gets it back over to Bracey. Bracey going to let it fly again. That second one is no good either. And 0 of 2 for Averett as hope starting to dwindle here. But Mitchell, wow, what on God's creation is that? Trying to save it there. Terrific play to try to keep it alive, but goes out of bounds. Just a matter of taking care of the ball here for the Quakers. You got a 12-point lead, a 30-second shot clock. And just trying to keep it clean here down the stretch and clinch a playoff berth. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Salters looking to salt this game away. Instead, he loses it. It's going back the other way with Averett. Stevens had to backpedal for that pass. Now kicks it. Seiler. Excuse me, Scogan, that is. Inside the paint to Stevens. 2 minutes left here in the game. 12-point game. Cougars need a basket. Stevens is rejected. Bracey from the logo. That one's off and into the hands of the Quakers. 3-on-1, pushes it to Proctor. Proctor inside, reverse layup is off. Offensive rebound, Edwards. And that might be the dagger here, as the Quakers now up 88-74 with 90 seconds left. Pass inside to Scogan. He gets it to go, and a timeout on the floor. And the Quakers are 1:23 left from clinching another playoff berth and getting their 7th victory in the ODAC. And again, if you're just joining us, I went over the playoff picture earlier, but to kind of reiterate, if Guilford does come away with this win, which it looks like they probably will, they will leapfrog Averett in the standings. And they will move up to the 7th seed, and they will clinch the 7th seed if they can get a win in their next game. As for Averett, they can still get the 7th seed, but they're going to need a little bit of help. They're going to need to win their last game on Saturday. That's against Eastern Mennonite. I'll be there for the call on that one, but they're going to need Guilford to lose. And you take a look at the schedule, and Guilford's going to be playing against Shenandoah. And Shenandoah fans might be watching this one heartbroken, because if Guilford was to lose this game here today, that game against Shenandoah would be to make the playoffs. And so Shenandoah eliminated here if Averett can't come away with a miracle. Salters passes it over to Proctor. I'm sure there's nothing more than Shenandoah fans would want than to have a one-game playoff. Picked off there by Averett. Here comes Stevens. Stevens, layup, too strong. And the ball loose, fight for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, I believe. Possession Averett. And so the Cougars are going to need some help to avoid the 8th seed. They will need to win, and they'll need Shenandoah to come away with a victory against Guilford. If neither of those two things happen, Averett will be the 8, and they will most likely take on either Virginia Wesleyan or Randolph-Macon, two teams that they have beat earlier in the season as the layup goes in, and now 90 points for the Quakers. Continuing their excellence on offense. It's been no different here tonight. A team averaging 94 points per game. As that shot goes up and good, and one opportunity here for Stevens. But I can't help but think that this game was really lost by Averett in that span that we saw, a 16-0 run. Other than that, it was really competitive and close. It was 65-65 at one point. I mean, if you take away those 16 points, Averett's up by 4. I mean, obviously that's a big if, but still, I mean, that run by Guilford was huge en route to their victory here tonight. Stevens converts the three-point play. It's an 11-point lead here with 32.7 left. Proctor gets it. He's trapped. Got to find somewhere to go with it. Holds on to it, and looks like they got the timeout. Coach aloof there. Saves his buddy, Gabe Proctor, and calls a timeout. They do have to get the ball up, though. About 5 seconds ran off. They'll have 5 seconds to move it up. Randolph-Macon got a win to improve to 13-2, and Virginia Wesleyan falls to 12-3, and that's big. Why? Because Averett and Guilford will most likely be taking on one of those two teams. Quakers looking to push the ball up the floor. They do. And trying to get the ball, jump ball, to stay here with the Quakers. But as it stands right now, with Averett dropping down to the 8th seed, that would mean they would take on Randolph-Macon if everything holds, if the playoffs ended today. That would be quite the round 3. Just to kind of refresh everyone's memory, that was when Averett played Randolph-Macon at home. That was the Tamias Bracey logo 3, miracle 3 to give Averett the lead at the buzzer. And then they played each other a few weeks ago, and Randolph-Macon won handedly. So Averett 1-1 against Randy Mack this season. But it does show the Cougars can hang with them, and I think in any other conference, you would think, well, the 1 versus 8, you know, that should be an easy win for the 1 seed, but not in the ODAC. The ODAC is deep, and any team can have a shot, as Stevens will let it go from 3. That one no good. Rebound by Fitzgerald. Shot at the buzzer no good, and that'll conclude this one. Guilford gets the victory and clinches the playoffs. They're going to be heading to the ODAC tournament as they get the victory over the Cougars 92-79 and leapfrog them in the standings. Cougars drop to 14-10, 7-8 in the ODAC, and Guilford improves to 13-11, 7-8 in the ODAC as well. So big win here for the Quakers. We saw Salters score 30. The ODAC Player of the Week didn't have it from the field, but was able to make 11 free throws and come up with some timely shooting in the second half. But for Averett, they drop a rare home game, and they'll have one more game left this season.